Hello. As we come to a new week and we think about the things that have been in the newspapers recently and the controversy that we've had about what people have done in the past, how to understand that, how to respond to that, whether we should be defacing and pulling down statues, all sorts of questions to do with understanding our past. And of course, in the church we're very committed and concerned to make sure that we understand our spiritual past and to honour people who've gone before us spiritually. None of these people, of course, were perfect people, but some of them in their time were hated and discriminated against. But it didn't mean to say that they weren't people that God held in his special regard. Here's some verses from Proverbs that might relate to the present situation. Proverbs 10 verse 7. The memory of the righteous will be a blessing, but the name of the wicked will rot. Verse 9. The man of integrity walks securely, but he who takes crooked paths will be found out. Verse 11. The mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, but violence overwhelms the mouth of the wicked. Verse 12. Hatred stirs up dissension, but love covers over all wrongs. And then, just as I turn over the page to chapter 11, when a wicked man dies, his hope perishes. All he expected from his power comes to nothing. And a kind-hearted woman gains respect, but ruthless men gain only wealth. How we're remembered by those who look back at our lives can be deceptive. And on many occasions, historians find that they are called to review people's lives and reassess their value. But often that value is reassessed in terms of contemporary society or what society feels the need to say about somebody, rather than the whole truth. But one of the things about the ministry of Christ is that he shines a light into dark places so that whatever's there is revealed. Christ has shone his light into me on many occasions. I've not always been pleased with what I've seen. What do I do? Well, there's always the temptation to indulge in a cover-up, to rewrite my life to please myself or to justify myself, or even to feed into myself a sense of injustice about the way I've been treated, that somehow I am better than the way things have been, and that I didn't deserve some of the treatment that I've received. All of these things can actually feed a feeling of inflated self-importance, or a lack of gratefulness, a lack of thankfulness, a sense of regret. They can feed a sense of injustice and make us feel as if the world owes us more than it has given us. How unlike Christ, who made himself nothing, taking the form of a slave and being found in human likeness, humbled himself Christ should have been at the front of every queue. The Pharisees and the teachers of the law wanted him near the back, and the Roman authorities were discriminating against his entire nation. And remember, Jesus lived in an occupied country. Many wicked people have sought to appropriate the name of Christ as politicians, as church leaders, as military leaders. What they've done is not only dishonour their own memory, but they've also dishonoured Christ and his church in turn. Then the Bible does say, do not be deceived. God will not be mocked. A person reaps what they sow. Jesus tells parables about the sowing of seed. And it's clear it's important for us to sow the right seed. The best Christians and the greatest Christians will probably never appear on statues. They may well not leave a name that anyone has heard of. The best Christians are often humble people, people who serve, people who pray, people who read their Bible, people who love their Lord, who've allowed their relationship with Jesus to flow out into every aspect of their lives and into the lives of others in a self-giving love. When they have been ill-treated, they've not responded with threats, but they've entrusted themselves to God in a way that Jesus kept with the Father, even when he was on the road to crucifixion. So, this week, let's remember to give thanks for all that we have, and not to dwell on the injustices and disappointments that we might have suffered. Even those little things in life that others may not have. Let's give thanks for our life, for our breath, for the opportunity of each day. Let's give thanks for all those things that we do cherish in life. And let us give thanks for Jesus, the same yesterday, today and forever, who will stand by us in every situation, who will never leave us or forsake us, and wants us to be with him forever, not just in some romantic idea, but in spiritual reality. And let's pray for those people whose hope is only for this life, whose greatest ambition is to be a name in history and a bronze statue in a marketplace. How empty and futile that ambition is. Let us pray that they find true meaning to their lives before it's too late. So the Lord take you through this coming week in his blessing, to be a blessing and to know his blessing.